What's up, everybody in the VC? Craig here to shoot a cassette and vinyl update. Just decided to get this one out of the way. I was gonna wait a little bit and do it more next week, but fuck, I got some really killer scores yesterday, so I want to dig right into them. So, first things first, VC cheer. It isn't gonna change on the liquid. Well, unless I get sick, then I'll probably have to drink some water or juice, but when the hell is that ever going to happen? Anyway, start off with the cassette scores. Got some really cool ones that were when I went out digging last Sunday. Just made a Goodwill stop and happy to pick up some shit. So, just kind of plow through these. Garbage, self-titled album. Very, very good album. Great album. Can't have enough of these. Who, Greatest Hits. I think I've already got like 2. I've got like an import one, and then I've got the Who's Better, Who's Best compilation, so when I see them I grab them. Oingo Boingo, Dead Man's Party. That's a good one. If anybody happens to come across another copy of this album, get at me. Mine's a little warbled, so still cool to have. Hello, I Must Be Going by Phil Collins. Now, what makes this one cool? I believe, yes, German import. Did not actually notice that until I got it home. I just kind of threw it in my stack and went on with what I was doing because I had to keep moving. But very, very cool. Sounds amazing too. Some of these import cassettes sound fucking phenomenal. And Rush, Grace Under Pressure. Now, I've been talking to LJ about Rush on cassette, and it is so hard to find Rush on cassette. Rush eludes me in any format around here. So to find any Rush is fucking awesome. So very stoked about that. So on to yesterday's dig, Friday. So did my normal kind of early morning Friday errands. I usually have Fridays off, and stopped at one of my Goodwills and looked at the cassettes. Didn't really have anything. Looked at the CDs, didn't really have anything. Vinyl, same. Checked around. I always look at the electronics and stuff because I scored a few things here and there from that particular Goodwill, and it's a nice one. And didn't really have anything, so I was about ready to give up. I'm like, alright, well, I'll poke my head around a little bit more because it was 40% off yesterday there. So I was like, I'll look around and see if I can find anything. And one of those little cardboard, kind of like what like pop cans come in, was filled with cassettes. I'm like, what the hell? Really? And immediately I just start pulling out one after the other, like, oh man, killer. So I ended up with about 20. And with 40% off, it ended up being about $10. So, call that a win. So let's go through those. Strange Brew, The Very Best of Cream. Stoked to get this one. LA Guns, self-titled. Actually had this growing up, but one of those that just got lost. Don't know what the hell happened to it. Journey, Infinity. Hold Your Fire by Firehouse. Now, this is actually not a bad album. If I prefer Firehouse album, maybe their first one, self-titled, but this one's still got some good tunes. Oh man, this one I think would almost count as like a possible GRAIL. You don't see much of these. Scorpions, Fly to the Rainbow. Yeah. They're Best Buy series, so a later issue cassette, but dude, to find any Scorpions on cassette, especially the RCA era stuff, yeah, difficult. Definite score here, Rush's first album. Oh fuck yeah, I was like jumping for joy. I'm like, holy shit, more Rush on cassette. Yes, the collection is really starting to build. So, spit spattered, I'll eventually have everything by Rush on cassette. Fingers crossed. Rumors by Fleetwood Mac. I almost said Rush again. I'm so excited about Rush. This is a duplicate for me, so it'll be going in the trade pile. When I see certain stuff, especially in good shape, I mean this cassette is just beautiful. Kind of hard to find those white cassettes to be in nice shape. So that'll go in the trade pile. I'll eventually do, probably in the next month, I'll do an actual like full trade video of what I have up for grabs. Dio, Last in Line. Nice to finally get some Dio on cassette. Wild Side by Loverboy. Soup by Blind Melon. Underrated album. Sounds actually really good. Power Play by April Wine. Killer. Under Lock and Key by Docket. I actually picked up a copy of this a few months ago, and insert was a little faded, stuff like that. I was like, okay, no big deal. It was only like 20 cents. Took it home, went to rewind it, tape snapped. Like off of the spool, however you want to call it. And with those cassettes, I think this one might actually be the same. Yeah. One of those, there's no screws, no way to like just take it apart. I mean, you have to break the fucker to get it to work, and then you probably have to put it in another cassette case. And I mean, that's just way too much work for something that only cost me 20 cents, and I knew I'd find another copy. And this one is just beautiful, beautiful. Played it last night, perfect. I was very, very stoked about that. The Principle of Moments by Robert Plant. Steely Dan, Gold. Can never have too much Steely Dan. Same with the Who. I think I already have like a greatest hits or two. Why the hell not? Precious Time by Pat Benatar. Flashback by 38 Special. Nice little greatest hits. Core by Stone Temple Pilots. Wish this was vinyl. But I'll take cassette. Portrait of an American Family by Marilyn Manson. I know this is just one hodgepodge of cassettes, and these were all in the same box too, so I was like, what the fuck? Crazy. Stone Blue by Foghat. And Then and Now by Asia. Nice little comp there too. And my last Goodwill stop, I did like 3 or 4 Goodwill stops overall yesterday, and the 20 were all from one. And then my last Goodwill stop is the only other Goodwill that produced anything today. So, no equipment, no vinyl, no CDs, just some cassettes. But overall, 24 cassettes in one day, that's pretty solid to me. So Red the Rose by Arcadia. It's one of my favorite songs of the 80s, Election Day. Count 3 and Pray by Berlin. Another one of those. I got part 1, but I don't have part 2. Depeche Mode 101, part 1. And White Lion, Pride. Very stoked to find that. So, that does it for the cassettes. On to the vinyl. First stack's going to be eBay finds, and then the rest will be finds from yesterday. So, first eBay find. The first 2, under 10 bucks, and in beautiful shape. This first one is like couple light creases in the cover, but I mean the vinyl is stone mint. And this band, I don't think it's talked about enough in the VC, unless I'm not watching somebody's videos where they're showing this band and they're talking them up and stuff like that. I don't really hear it. But this one, I think, ended up, how much did it end up costing me? I think it was, with shipping and everything, I think it was like 8 bucks. Hard and Heavy, first album by Anvil. Oh yeah. You don't see Anvil kind of in your local record stores. I don't, at least. Kind of pull the inside here. Nice insert. And on the Attic label. So, very cool. Actually, I was kind of surprised. I'm like, oh, I don't have anything on the Attic label. That's cool. And then I pull out Rock City by Riot and was spinning that, I think like the day after I won this. And that's got the Attic label. I'm like, what the fuck? I've had an Attic label, you know, vinyl in my collection for, you know, years and never even knew it. Guess I didn't pay that much attention when I spun it last, but that's also probably been a good 5 years. But I love Riot, and I love Anvil. That album is sick. Definitely worth it. Another one for the Hendrix collection, Cry of Love. I did not have this, just never seen a copy at all, and picked this one up for, it was about like $7 total with shipping. Vinyl is in really nice shape. Just needs a little bit better of a cleaning, a little bit more of a deep clean, but sometimes I don't mind a little bit of static, especially with older music, and especially with Hendrix. Well worth it. So, cover's in pretty decent shape, and you just don't see this one around here. And anytime there's Hendrix, that ends up being way overpriced. It's like, I think I found a trashed copy of Band of Gypsies going for like $8 somewhere, but it just depends on where you go. Like yesterday, at the place I was digging at, which I'll tell you about in a minute, I think I found an original press of Band of Gypsies, and it was, I think, like $8 or $10 or something like that, and it was in really nice shape, like a VG Plus. I was like, if I didn't already have an original and a repress of it, I'd go ahead and pick it up, but no need for that. Even though my OG is just shot, I think I only paid like $1 for it, so whatever. Alright, this one I've been on the hunt for the better part of about a good 3-4 years, and never see it. Saw a copy actually about a month ago in one of my local record stores, and while I was talking to the owner a little bit, it was just sitting in a stack on the counter, and I was like, hey, you know, is that one, you know, available for sale, or are you buying it in? And he's like, I got a bunch of stuff from a guy, trying to go through it all, possibly gonna buy it in. Here's the kicker. Pulls it out of the sleeve, he's like, this whole stack right here, warped. And I mean, this one, fairly pretty good doing one of these. The sick part was, under that was a copy of White Light, White Heat and self-titled album, both by Velvet Underground. And I mean, he pulled those out and you literally just, you were like fucking surfing, just bad. It was just fucking disgusting. I wanted him to kind of like, you know, just say like, well, I'll buy them in and I'll sell them to you for a couple bucks, you know, and not tell him, oh, by the way, I have a vinyl flat, you know, but it's kind of sad, but no big deal. It's like, okay. But like I said, I've been on the hunt for this album for a long time. Every time I see it, a little too much wear to the cover, you know, or it's in decent shape, and they're wanting, you know, like double or triple what I paid for it, which is kind of insane. Found myself a sealed copy, well, not sealed anymore, on eBay. $15, buy it now. Shipping, I think, was like almost $4, which I was like, whoa. So, did my rest of my eBay research and my Discogs research and decided, you know what, I'm pulling the trigger on this. It's probably the last time I'm going to be able to see this. And I did it. Sad part was, I went back in his feedback later on. He's sold multiple copies of this. And listed another one like 2 days later after I had this one getting shipped to me. I'm like, how many copies of this do you have that are still sealed? Pretty crazy. But Muddy Mississippi Waters live. Oh yeah. And then I'll pull it out of the sleeve here. Just some you know, minor creasing and stuff like that, which I will not complain about. I mean, you rarely see this album with no ring wear, and I mean, the only thing is there's some, you know, obviously imprint, because I mean, it's been sealed for 30 years. And the vinyl itself, obviously, just in beautiful, beautiful shape. Only part that sucks is, obviously, with being sealed for that long, a little bit of a warp to it. Not too bad. Like, not bad enough to where it's unlistenable. Like, I was spinning it yesterday, and it sounded perfect. I really don't feel a need to drop it in the vinyl flat. Like, a lot of vinyl out there, we all know this, we're vinyl enthusiasts. A lot of them have some, you know, warp to them. Most of them are playable. It's the ones that have the really severe ones that make your needle jump, or just fucking skate across, you know. But that one, I'm satisfied. You know what? For being less than $20, and most of the time you'd end up spending like $30 to $40 to locate a copy, and it still wouldn't be that great, I'll take it. I'm happy. Sorry, I'm babbling. This one, fucking GRAIL. Like, I was stoked to find this one. I've got it in a flapped plate. No, my collection isn't blaked. I just happen to have a couple of flap blake sleeves, which I am not going to get the flaps. Getting them flapless, too much work. This one, had no idea it was being reissued. I knew Rhino had done a 180 gram version of this. I don't even know how long ago, in the last decade or so. And I know there was also a Sunday's reissue, but trying to locate those is fucking hell. And I've been dead set on wanting an OG for years, and never been able to find one, especially in good shape and in my price range. Like, I just do not see a point in spending a lot of fucking money on vinyl. Like, it's just, that's way too much money. I'll settle on a reissue. And I was really, really glad about this. Found it randomly on eBay, being pre-ordered for the reissue. And I'm like, fuck, yes, I gotta pull the trigger. I don't have the money, but you know what, I'm pulling the trigger. I'll find a way to make the money happen. I think it was only ended up being with shipping just over 20 bucks, $21, $22. Well fucking worth it and well done. Kick Out the Jams by the MC5. Now, this, I mean, an exact fucking reproduction. I'm not gonna open up the gatefold completely, which I have not done. Beautifully, beautifully done. Rhino, once again, has made me a firm believer in reissue vinyl. On the Electra label, nice green, oh, one of the sexiest colors on a label you can find. I was so stoked to find this and to finally complete the MC5 collection. I've magically made that happen this past, like, well, not year, since I got High Time last year, but man, I never thought I would have these albums ever, just because, you know, trying to track down originals was hard enough, and then trying to get the reissues was a fucking pain in the ass. So luck's been on my side, and especially with the MC5. So now I can officially say I have an MC5 discography that is complete. Complete in my eyes with studio albums. Kick Out the Jams, Back in the USA, High Time. MC5 night has officially begun. So exciting. So, on to my other vinyl I picked up yesterday. Decided to stop by this pawn shop, which I know what you're thinking, pawn shop, vinyl? That sounds a little odd. Well, a buddy of mine had actually sold some stuff at this pawn shop a while back and told me they had vinyl. And he's like, yeah, they got vinyl, but it's a little overpriced. I'm like, okay. And it's not usually on my Goodwill route that I do on Fridays, so I haven't bothered to ever stop in there. Well, I ended up being nearby there, just stopping by a friend's house. So I decided, fuck it, I'm going to stop in another place. I got time. Might as well see what they've at least got. You know, if I find something, I'll be happy. So, going through, walk in there, there's a little crate, some vinyl in there. I'm pulling out some really cool shit. I really don't have that much money to, you know, spend, so I'm like, okay, I need to, you know, be conservative. And I figured that was the only crate. So I'm like, okay, pull out a couple of things, you know, total out to be like 10 bucks. I'm like, alright, I'm happy with this. I'll look around the store. I look around, they have a back room with a whole bunch of, you know, like music equipment and stuff like that, and all of a sudden there's more vinyl. Like 3 crates that are up on the counter. Another like 2 that are on another small stand. There's one of those vinyl racks, like kind of like what you would have seen in like storefronts back in the day when vinyl was sold commercially, like in stores and shit. And there's just vinyl everywhere. And so I'm going through all that, and I'm like, okay, I got a nice little stack here. Walk out of the room, make a turn, and then there's more. I'm like, Jesus. They just scattered this around, so I'm eventually going to stumble on more. So I ended up with a nice little stack. The most any piece cost me was $5. The cheapest was all $3. They really didn't have anything priced lower than $3, which was cool, pretty reasonable in all reality. And it wasn't a lot of like fodder, you know, like dollar bin crap or Goodwill crap. It was all like really nice stuff. So somebody who really wanted to start a nice solid collection would have been able to with this. The most anything I saw priced at was 10 bucks. And there was some really cool shit there, but I just, you know, certain stuff, I'm like, okay, I know I can buy that, you know, on eBay, or I've seen it before, you know, it's not that rare that I can't get it. But this stuff I could not pass up and leave. So, I'll leave the $5 ones for the end, because those are the really cool ones and the first ones I found. So, Ritchie Blackmore's Rainbow. This one, Oh man, I've been on the hunt for this. All the vinyl on all of these are in amazing shape. Great shape. Covers all kind of vary from very good to near mint. So, pretty exciting. And, I mean, price point is great. But this album, great album. Man on the Silver Mountain, Catch the Rainbow. Oh man, like every song on this is killer. So, almost complete on Rainbow. I think I need final vinyl and that's it. 2 from the mighty Neil Young, American Stars and Bars. So excited to find this one. I mean, solid album. Great work on it. It's hard to find any good Neil Young around here, and if you do see any, it's usually trashed. And it's just hard in general to find any Neil Young. So when I see it, pick it up, no questions asked. Neil Young and Crazy Horse live. Oh man. You know, I really didn't even know this album existed until a few years ago when I really got deeper into Neil's discography and stuff like that. Man, didn't think I'd find that one for $3. Solid. A little bit of wear to the cover on this one, some creasing and whatnot. It wasn't the shrink, but the shrink was just trashed and dirty as all hell, so I took it out. But I mean, minus some major creasing, like right there, major crease, but I'll take it. $3 for End of the Century by the Ramones. Yeah, you just don't find any Ramones around here, and when you do, not solid. And this one, just a little dirty. Like I said, no scratches on these, you know, nothing to hinder me from buying them. So, definitely very happy with that. 2 from the mighty Whitesnake, Live in the Heart of the City. Very cool. Very happy to find that. And still in the shrink, Slip of the Tongue. Very cool. Now, on to the $5 ones. Stoked to find these. Those were the first ones I picked up. I knew I was in for a treat with this day. Inside the Electric Circus by Wasp. Oh man. Don't see Wasp around here. So, find this. Hell yeah. Still need, I'll be happy if I find The Last Command. Like, that'll make me happy. So I've got the self-titled. I've got, the live Animal EP. If I can get The Last Command, I'll be happy. I'll be definitely happy if I can get Live in the Raw and Headless Children. Get those on vinyl. Oh, and Animal Fuck Like a Beast on vinyl. Fuck yeah, I'd be happy till next year. Then I need something else. Now, last one here. Oh my god, like, I did not know really what to expect. Like, I know the band. I've got one of their albums. Kind of like, okay, I see this. I'm like, you don't see this? You don't see this band ever. So I'm like, well, fuck yeah, I guess I need to pick it up, and it's only $5. Near mint. I'm like, it'll be worth the spin. Plus, it's a UK import. First one I, decided to spin when I got home. Popped it on. Holy fuck, this is good. Fugazi by Marillion. Holy shit balls. This was just, oh, this blew my fucking mind, man. And like for $5, yeah, so good. And when I looked it up online, I'm like, there's not a lot of people selling it. And if there are, it's definitely not, near mint $5. U.S. sellers, I don't think I really saw too many. I think I saw like 1 or 2. And I think it was going for like $20 or something like that. I don't remember exactly. I just decided to look for the hell of it. But this album, oh my god, what a fucking barn burner. Great album. If you are a Peter Gabriel era Genesis fan, that album is for you. Like, I think I was a song and a half in, and I'm like, holy shit, I did not realize how much Fish sounded like Peter Gabriel. Great playing, great vocals, great everything. I am dead set on Marillion. The only other album I had was Misplaced Childhood. I am totally on board with Marillion now, and I'm looking for any other Fish era Marillion, because I am stoked to find more. Like, so good. Oh man, god. I was very, very happy. That will be getting more spins this week and next month and next year. And it'll be definitely something that my children will have to get used to because I will be playing this album a lot. Great, great album. So, that does it for the recent finds. Hope everybody's doing well. Remember, Punk Texas, John, he's doing the VC Yearbook Record Shelves again. So, get your ass up off your chair, take some pictures of your record shelves, and send them on over to him. I believe it's recordshelves@yahoo.com, if I remember correctly. I still got to get on mine, so I'm a hypocrite. But get on over, participate in that. I participated last year, so it'd be nice to finally show off, you know, how big the collection is in one shelf. Last year it was in crates and on the floor and in boxes, and it was a fucking mess. So, glad to have something proper to have my vinyl on now. So anyway, thank you to all my subscribers, new and old. The list keeps going on and on up. So, definitely have to do another subscribers contest. Hopefully here soon. So, thank you everybody for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.